Greetings, folks. Today is Wednesday, February the 13th, the year 2019. My name is Tom Lineweaver. Welcome to Truth Matters. That's the name I've given to my commentary. Okay. What I want to talk about today is how Liv Marit Wedvik died. Now, among other things, I'm an amateur country music promoter. I have this forum site called Country Frame of Mind Promotions. Well, I have a page on Facebook with that name, but I also have my main site is with Pro Boards. And every once in a while I browse YouTube for music, and I discovered this Norwegian country gal by the name of Liv Marit Wedvik, and I was very, very impressed. So impressed that I made her a feature artist on my site. And she's only the second featured artist of the year. That's how impressed I was with her. I had to do a feature of her right away. And so I did. But then I learned that she died back in 2015. So I had to convert that feature to a tribute. I did that too. But I was curious. How did she die? Now, there are understandable ways of people dying. Jim Reeves, for example, and Patsy Cline, they died in a plane crash. That's understandable. Or old age. You know, Johnny Cash was old and he died. And of course, somebody could have a long illness for a long time, like a couple country songbirds died of cancer, which I made a commentary about that. So there are understandable ways of people dying. Now, so I was kind of curious on how did Liv Marit Wedvik die. And I found this. It was from Norwegian First News. It was dated Monday, July 13th, 2015. And the police said that she died of drowning. What do you call it? We call him coroner here. They did an autopsy. And according to the autopsy, there are no signs of damage beyond what is natural due to the fall in the water and drowning. So I tried to envision that. It says that she was on a pier and she fell. She stumbled and fell, and her foot was hooked in a slip on the dock facility. She was then lying with her head underwater without the ability to get loose. Now, some reports say that she was alone, but this report said that the friends alerted her husband, who was in a boat 50 meters away. Her husband ran away and carried her from the water. Now, I tried to envision in my mind, I have an idea of what a pier looks like. You know, where there are boats parked there. They're parked in slips. And I try to envision this happening. I come up with a bunch of questions. How and why did she stumble in the first place? It says, again, her foot got hooked in the slip. How did that happen? And how did it keep her underwater? And a bunch of questions. I mean, was the slip where her foot was it above water or underwater? And I try to envision everything, and I just really, all kinds of questions come to my mind. Now, after all this, I tried to take a break. I tried to take a nap, but I couldn't. I couldn't sleep. My mind was trying to picture how the reports say she died. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Then it came to me, maybe Google has pictures of piers in Risør, Norway, because that's where other articles said that she died. I don't know the exact spot she died, but I have a picture that shows a good view of a pier in Risør, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Norway. So I looked at the picture, I looked at the pier, and you can see a walking path. Now, I looked at this pier and I wonder, how in the world did she stumble? On what? And how did she stumble to the point where she fell, got her foot stuck in the slip on the dock, and how did that keep her head underwater? I can't envision that. You know, now some reports, like I said she was alone, but this report said that the friends alerted her husband. What friends? And where were they? Were they all on the boat with him? And why, if the friends were nearby, why didn't they help her? And why wasn't her husband with her? Why wasn't she on his boat? Anyway, so the cause of death is plain, drowning. But the manner of death, in my opinion, is not plain. I just can't see that happening in an accident. So this was a rather sad day for me. I find a good singer, did a feature, and then find out she's already dead. All in the same day. I'm finding it difficult to enjoy her music amid her questionable death. But I try. Now, with all the questions I have, how did she stumble? How did she fall to get her foot tangled up somewhere and not be able to come out of the water? Keep her head. I mean, it sounds to me that only her head was underwater. Now, how did that happen? I can't imagine how that happened. Like I said, I've looked at this pier, I looked at the slips, and I looked at the docks and everything else, and I just cannot envision that happening. And I would like to call on the police of Norway to look into it again. I think it's a questionable death, and it should be fully investigated. And maybe it was at the time. I don't know. But I think it should be. So, people of Norway, it would be nice to know exactly what happened. Okay? Um, anyway, I just can't imagine how that happened. Unless maybe she had help. I sure would like to know the truth. That's Truth Matters for today. Thank you for listening.